Hello and welcome back to a short video I'm going to do on scrapping a Toyota Corolla, which I don't like doing because I'll switch the camera over. There we go, there's my little beauty. And unfortunately this one's going to the scrapyard in exactly an hour. So I'm going to see what I can get off this car in an hour, which is going to be any good for keeping on mine. But excuse the wind. I want to just go through how many differences there is between a 3-door and a 5-door. It's quite a lot, actually. First up, keys. My key for mine is knackered, and the other one. So I thought, well, I'll keep the key for this one before it goes to the scrapyard, because there's a spare key. Even the blade's a different blade on them. If you spin that one over, they're totally different. It doesn't have the secondary groove on it with Valio. This is Denso. They even look different. So there's a start. I'm still going to keep it anyways. So they've got different keys. Just want to open mine. Dashboard wise, when you have a look in, this one's minging. Have a look there. Obviously the aircon, just locate where the air conditioning button is. There. And various other little bits around the dash, which is different. And if I open mine up, if you notice, the dash is all different. Aircon button's down here. That's slightly different. And I'm positive there's something different around here, am I correct? No, that's the same down there on it. But under the bonnet, while I'm here, there's quite a lot of difference as well on them. Even down to stupid things like this. Now, have a look down here. You've got your boot and fuel release. Unless this one's snapped off, this one doesn't have a boot release. I think it might have snapped off, but I don't know. So this one doesn't have that. To get into the boot on this, the only way to get into it is to use the key, which is strange. Obviously the 5-door's got a much bigger boot than that. So I'm going to not talk on too much because I want to crack on and try and get some stuff off this, which I think is going to be of any use. Obviously anything at the back end, no use at all. Anything on the interior, no use. But what I do want to do is get under the bonnet on it. I'll just let you have a look around this car. It's not good, and the reason it's getting scrapped is there's a few little holes on the sills. It's all repairable, actually. I wish I had this car for more time, otherwise I would have. If anybody wanted it for around about, I think we're getting £160 scrap for it. If somebody wanted it for slightly more than that, so obviously so I can give the guy a better offer, since he would have to wait for the money, I would offer you it. Believe it or not, runs and drives absolutely fine. It's just, obviously, as you can see, the guy never liked to spend money on this car. I mean, there's a flexible headlamp for you. Yeah, so what I'll do is I'm just going to open the bonnet on mine. Yeah, so I'm quite staggered. Sorry I got stopped there if that didn't quite link up with the amount of differences. Unless I'm totally wrong thinking that's a 1600, but it isn't. It is 14. There's just so many differences. Like if you look on the washer bottle, it's different shape, different layout. And this has a rear wiper, rear screen washer, same as this, so there's no like big differences in it. It uses 2 motors. That's the main difference. This only uses 1. But it still has front and rear screen wash. The alternator is very different, and a hell of a lot more space for some reason down the back. If you just take that as a note, whether or not this alternator has been replaced, I don't know. Just various things. The wiper motor, just slightly different. You know, like all this is the same. What I am going to take off is this full air box down to the throttle body, down here. Take that off. I'm going to keep that as a spare. So yeah, there's just a few differences which I didn't really expect to be so different between two similar cars. But I do believe that the 3-doors were made in a different factory to the 5-door. I can't find anything on that one saying where it was made, but on mine it says made in Japan. So obviously the 3-doors must be made in Japan, and the 5-doors, let's have a look on the VIN plate. Does it say European market? I don't know. But anyways, what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to quickly cut out the video, and I'll rejoin you, and I'll see how much we can get off this car in 45 minutes. I'm going to try and do it outside, because it needs to go straight on a recovery truck, so some of the stuff I take off may stop it from running. But yeah, again, this thing does sound like a bit of a race car. I've got the key in my pocket somewhere here. Did have the key somewhere. That's my key. That's the other one. There's a hole obviously in the exhaust as well. You know the annoying thing is though, there's no warning lights on. That's the handbrake and low fuel. It's got a blown exhaust, and you know what it is? It still drives absolutely mint, even though it's due for the scrapyard. It's such a shame. So yeah, I'm just going to cut out now, and I'll come back in when I've got some parts off it. There we go, just under about 20 minutes. Removed a few items, see what we've got. Obviously the mirrors, yes they're a different colour, but they're the same. So 2 mirrors, always handy to have. An engine cover, wiper motor, took the fuel cap off because mine's actually a bit dodgy. A brand new coil pack fitted, which was a few weeks ago. The door mirror covers while I had them off. The air box, which is complete with the vacuum control for the fuel evaporator. Also got the mass airflow meter on it as well. God knows if it's right or not, but hey ho. Took that off, and the car's still semi-runnable at the moment. I'm trying to contact the guy to see if he's already using the winch to get it on the truck, and then they just use a forklift when they get to the scrapyard. Because what I would really like is the throttle body and the other coils, even though the original Toyota ones are handy to have, and I wouldn't mind this injector rail and the variable valve timing solenoid, which are, I believe, sometimes a common fault with these. But hey ho, that's about as much as I can get off. I would go to town a bit more, but I don't want to take the mickey out of the guy who's come to collect it. But he's not bothered. He's getting the money out the battery, the scrap, and the original cap that's on it. That's basically what he's paying for, you know. So yep, I'll do another update if I can get in contact with him and see what more I can remove. Right, final part of the video, destruction Toyota. I don't like doing this. It's not my way of working, being destructive. But I've spoke to the guy, he's got the winch to put it on, so he's not bothered. So I've took the 4 coil packs, the injectors, the injector reel with the pressure regulator. I've obviously took the airbox, throttle body, cam sensor, and a few other bits and bobs along the way. I'll just go through what I've got here. Oh, and the heater mixing valve for the hot air. That's the injector reel. This throttle body does look expensive, so I've gotten that. 4 injectors, always handy to have. The other remaining 3 ignition coils and a couple of various fuses and relays. So, without going too much further into it, that's about as far as I can go with it, destruction wise. More than likely, probably never need any of that for this, touch wood, because it'll probably not go wrong. We've only 40,000 mile, but it's nice to know I've got them. I was going to take some of these things, but they're tatty and not the best. I can guarantee there'll be something I'll have forgotten to take off this that'll go wrong with this, but hey ho, in the time I've got, the guy's going to be here in a minute. That's all I can do. So there you go. What do you think? Let us know. Put a comment below. I'm just recording my day-to-day work on my projects. This has just come in to be scrapped. I'm taking a few parts off it. I would have went crazy cutting out ECUs and stuff, but haven't got time, and they probably couldn't be programmed to fit anyways, because there seems to be a lot of differences between the 2 cars, believe it or not, as I've just shown. So if you like this kind of content, leave a comment below. If you need to know any information, I've got a Facebook page, Car at Garage Northeast. Feel free to join that if you want to ask us anything about it, or you know, there's any queries you might have about your own car. And I apologise to anybody on the Corolla's owner club. I need this car out the way because, as you can see here, we've got a gate, but kids can still jump over and vandalise stuff left outside all night. Otherwise, I would have given somebody this for basically scrap value, which we're getting 160 quid for off the scrap man, which the cat and the weight of the car alone is worth, and the battery and stuff. I would have happily letting somebody take it away to give it a better home, other than being turned probably into a washing machine or a cooker or a fridge. But unfortunately, that's the way things are. Sorry state, looking for itself all ripped to bits. But even though I'm scrapping this car, I still have the decency to take things off properly. The only thing I've had to sever was 2 water pipes going to the throttle body because I'm running out of time. So there we go. Anything, like I said, leave a comment below, like, comment, subscribe. I'll just switch the camera around. If there's any of you who are out there who are watching this and you haven't subscribed, feel free to hit the button. It'll let you know every time I upload a new video, which, as you'll know, it's not like 5 and 6 videos a day. It's a couple a week, or you know, like 2 or 3 in one go. So it's not going to be sending your phone berserk with notifications. It all helps. I'd say that there's a lot of people who regularly watch and you haven't hit the subscribe. It's just a bell at the top corner of your screen. Hit the subscribe. leave a comment, hit the like button, it all helps me. So thanks for watching, I'll catch you next time, bye.